Christopher Nolan is a director known for pushing the boundaries of what is possible in cinema. From blowing up a real Boeing 747 in Tenet to recreating a nuclear explosion without CGI in Oppenheimer. But in 2026, Nolan set his sights on the oldest, most legendary story in Western civilization. Homer's The Odyssey. Released on July 17, 2026, the 173-minute epic didn't just break the box office, grossing a massive $1.18 billion worldwide. It shattered the rules of modern filmmaking. Because Nolan didn't just want to tell the story of Odysseus. He wanted to build it. For real. Today, we are diving deep into the insane, practical effects-driven production of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and the incredible facts behind how this ancient myth was brought to life. Let's start with the cameras. If you know Christopher Nolan, you know he loves IMAX. But for The Odyssey, he achieved a historic cinematic milestone. This was the first narrative feature film in history to be shot entirely on 15 perforation 70mm IMAX film. There was just one massive problem. IMAX cameras sound like chainsaws. Because they are so incredibly loud, directors usually have to re-record the actors' dialogue in a studio later. Nolan refused to do this. He wanted the raw, authentic performances on set. To solve this, his engineering team had to design custom, heavy-duty sound-dampening housings for the massive IMAX cameras. Even with these custom housings, the cameras could only run for about 3 minutes at a time before needing to be reloaded, meaning actors had to deliver flawless, intense performances within very strict time windows. And those performances came from one of the most star-studded ensemble casts of the decade. Matt Damon took on the grueling lead role of Odysseus, bringing a hardened, weary grit to the legendary king trying to find his way home. Opposite him, Anne Hathaway delivered a powerhouse performance as Penelope, fending off suitors in Ithaca, while Tom Holland played an adult Telemachus. The supporting cast is equally mind-blowing. Robert Pattinson as the arrogant suitor Antinous, Zendaya radiating power as the goddess Athena, and appearances from Charlize Theron and Lupita Nyong'o. But a great cast is nothing without a believable world. And in the era of green screens and CGI, Nolan did the unthinkable. He built Greek mythology practically. Let's talk about the monsters. When Odysseus and his men encounter the terrifying Cyclops, you might assume it was a digital creation. It wasn't. The production team constructed a functioning, 60-foot-tall mechanical puppet to interact with the actors on set. Having a massive physical object towering over the cast gave the scene a visceral, terrifying sense of scale and weight that pixels simply cannot replicate. Then there is the sequence with Charybdis, the monstrous whirlpool that swallows ships whole. Instead of simulating water in a computer, Nolan's team engineered massive real-world whirlpools. How? By strapping a fleet of high-powered jet skis to an underwater rig inside a massive water tank. The actors were placed on real, full-scale wooden ships mounted on hydraulic gimbals that violently tossed them around in the swirling water. The stunt performers were physically rigged and hoisted into the air to simulate the attacks of the multi-headed monster Scylla. The terror you see on the actors' faces? That is completely real. The commitment to practical effects extended to the magic, as well. When the crew lands on the island of the sorceress Circe, played brilliantly by Samantha Morton, her magic isn't a post-production glow. Morton physically manipulated advanced animatronics on set for the horrifying sequence where Odysseus's men are transformed into pigs. To capture the epic scope of the Mediterranean, the crew traveled across the globe. They didn't just film on sound stages in the UK. They shot on location in Italy, Morocco, Iceland, Scotland, and even filmed inside the actual mythological Nestor's cave in Greece. This global trek grounded the fantastical elements of Homer's epic in stunning, brutal reality. But beyond the technical marvels, what makes Nolan's The Odyssey so compelling is its thematic core. While many adaptations focus solely on the monsters and the action, Nolan anchored his film in the ancient concept of Zeus's law, the sacred obligation of hospitality. The film is a sprawling examination of morality, revenge, and the heavy toll of leadership. It is a film that split audiences. Some critics praised its jaw-dropping scale and Ludwig Göransson's haunting, thumping musical score, while others debated Nolan's bold narrative choices and historical liberties. But one thing is undeniable. The Odyssey is a monumental achievement in filmmaking. It proved that even the oldest stories can be reinvented, and that practical, tactile filmmaking will always have a soul that CGI cannot touch. If you enjoyed this deep dive into incredible cinematic engineering, hit that like button, share this video with a fellow movie fan, and subscribe to the channel for more behind-the-scenes facts and mega projects. We'll see you in the next one.